All right, Victoria, thanks for having me here today. Excited to talk about food sustainability.
Thanks for joining me, Travis, and welcome to the Gulf Coast.
What does it mean for food to be sustainable?
Table stakes things. One is, the human rights perspective. If people are involved in producing this product that we're about to eat, let's make sure they were paid a living wage, they were treated well, all of those types of things that are important to everyone. Second, if it's an animal product, we want to make sure that those animals were humanely raised, humanely treated, and then from there it veers off. So local, is it important? Yes, it's important for a lot of reasons. I think, from a carbon perspective, fewer miles traveled is a good thing. It also means that you're supporting your local communities. If you're eating what's around here, you're making sure that the entire community is part of the food supply chain, which is great. And then it gets very complicated. If we talk about beef, for example, grass-fed beef is understood. There's a vision of a cow in a field.
Yeah.
We all get that. Making it more personal for a piece of fish is actually really hard. So we have to be able to tell a story about maybe, the fisherman, maybe the fishing vessel, maybe what's happening in the waters just off of our coasts. We have to figure out how to make these things feel personal and relatable to individuals so that they care enough to make a different decision. Oh, wow, look at those oysters.
Awesome, thank
Huge.
you. Those are huge. Thank you.
This looks delicious. Thank you. The oysters are a great example.
Yeah.
They're Gulf oysters. So they're local, they're farm raised, so they're always going to be there. It's not like we're depleting a wild catch. They also are really, really good for the environment. A single oyster can filter about 50 gallons of water a day. So we're getting cleaner water, and they can actually sequester carbon.
What's the role of the individual in all of this? We're eating a great meal together. Did we do a good job? How do we know?
It's a good question. I think we did the best we could. We looked at the menu and the information that was given to us, and we made some decisions. I think that's all we can really expect an individual to do. The onus is on businesses. The onus is on folks like me and like the chef. The chef needs to make good decisions, but the distributor and the supplier needs to be able to provide the transparency so they know how to make those good decisions.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, those are some Gulf shrimp.
Yeah. These are huge. When you see a menu, you don't necessarily think about the business decisions that went into that. You think more about the chef and the cuisine and their expression of their art.
Yes.
But behind that is a lot of choices around how to run the business. And I think waste is a good one. Just the way the menu rotates.
Yes.
How you think about ingredient choice. All of those go into the menu, right?
Absolutely. And, we were talking earlier about local products. Produce is a really good example. It's spring. Asparagus is coming back. So my guess is this asparagus was not on the menu a couple of months ago. By rotating the menus and keeping them seasonal, you get access to affordable and more local, more sustainable stuff.
I'm glad we went with the Gulf shrimp. Didn't realize they'd be so big.
These are really good.
Yeah.
I love this because I would never attempt this at home. So I love to eat seafood in restaurants.
Yeah, that's a good point. What's the role of a corporate here?
Corporations have a huge role in all of this. If I take, our business in food distribution, we actually have a fiduciary responsibility to ensure we have access to all of these products so that the business can continue to exist. So I think it's really, really critical. But the other thing too is we've been talking a little bit about individuals, and it's important for individuals to make good decisions, but those choices need to be present for them in the first place. So, I think corporations have a big, opportunity here to make sure that they're bringing the right things to their customers. There's an opportunity here from a strategic advantage perspective. There's first mover advantage on some of these solutions to be the only one in the market with X. We almost don't talk about sustainability for sustainability's sake anymore. It's just, these are the things that a customer expects. We're gonna have a point of view on and solutions for them.
I think as we've seen the evolution over time of sustainability in food and the conversation evolve and become a bit more open, transparent,
Yes.
multi-dimensional, it's been important for companies to change their approach. How are you embedding the capabilities to understand those customer demand patterns, to actually build them into the way you assort your categories, to build them into your conversations with suppliers that are about strategy and investment. As that evolution happens, you can start to embed goals and accountability and into the business and how it runs. I mean, thinking about reducing packaging, lowering costs for customers, instead of attacking that as how much packaging do we use and where could we cut it, it's can we make these products cheaper and have less shrink and give the customers more consistent access to the products they love, and let's hold ourselves accountable to driving that. That is a fundamentally different approach than what the conversation was about sustainability even a few years ago. So what can we do to make progress, both us as individuals, but in the organizations we represent, in the broader context of sustainability?
Really simply, have meals like we've had today. Think about how to engage locally, more sustainably, make good decisions. What's great is often the more sustainable product is actually better for you too. So we get to look out for ourselves. As individuals and as consumers and even businesses going to their suppliers, we can ask questions, we can ask for information, we can ask for more transparency, because then that signals to someone like, our corporation to say, all right, this is what people need. This is what we need to be able to share, what we need to be able to show. And that's where the stories come in, telling the story of why, choosing this one piece of fish is better than that piece of fish. That's how you get people to care. That's how you get people to make the different decisions. And that's how supply chains shift over time.